Hello, well, it is officially spring. Has anybody ever visited a farmer's market before? If not, I highly encourage you to do so. My name is Ethan Frazier, and I own Ethan's Heirloom Gardens, and it's basically a twofold business. I grow and sell heirloom plant starts that I grow from seed in a greenhouse next to my home, and I also am an artisan baker, and so I take my goods to the farmers markets. Well, one of the many places is a farmers markets to sell my items. And so, with this instructional video on how to instruct somebody in the workplace on how to do something, I'm going to be using you, my audience, as a employee that I would be hiring for, let's say, a Saturday morning to set up at a market and sell for me. So there's three things that you're going to need to know. It's going to be the items that you need. The items would be like display items. Then we're going to go through what to do when you arrive at a market, and then tearing down or closing everything up. And so basically, what we're going to do we're going to plan everything out, and it will basically be we'll have a designated place for us to meet, for us to exchange our products and display items with you, for you to be able to pick up and then take to a market. So the items you're going to need to be familiar with to make sure that you have, and we'll have a check sheet so you can go through it and make sure you've got everything. But to be familiar, you're going to need to make sure that you have a tent, and that will protect you and the product from the elements, whether it be sun, rain, wind, whatever. So it'll be the tent. You're going to have tables for the product to be sitting on, tablecloths, and display items. And that will be basically such as signage. And usually, I know you can't see it on the screen there, but it'll be a description of our items with the price, with pricing on there, and that helps you and the customer. Usually we've got some boxes that we ship our product in, or traveling from market to market, so we place our product in the box, and then once you get to market, you pull the product out of the box, flip the box over, and then you place the product on top of the box for display. And so it serves a twofold purpose. Also, along with the display, you're going to need to make sure that you have got bags. So once the product has been sold, the customer has a way to transport it back from whence they came. Also, you'll be given a cash box, and it's pretty much self-explanatory for the cash, but you're going to need to make sure that you look in there and make sure you've got the card reader. Now, basically, this will just pop in the top of your phone, and it's for, as the name implies, to read debit cards and credit cards for people that are short on cash or just prefer to pay that way. So we do take cash and cards. Okay. So now that you're familiar with what you're going to need to have at the market, we'll say now, okay, we've given you the product, you're on your way to market, you're getting to market, now what do? Well, you're going to need to locate the market manager and find out the designated place to where we normally set up, and you'll basically be saying, I'm representing Ethan's Heirloom Gardens, and they'll show you our assigned spot. And it's at this point I would encourage you to meet usually the vendors on both sides of you. It just helps the market go quicker because you can strike up conversations and you're more familiar with one another. And usually it's local people that are just really down to earth, just there to have a good time and also make money. Okay, so lastly, what to do after the market is over. So you've had a full market experience. You're probably exhausted at this point because you're going to be talking more than you think you would. And anyway, so before you do the obvious and start taking tents down and folding tables up, I would encourage you to, at your own will, to go down the vendor line and see if anybody's got anything they want to swap out or trade or barter for, because usually at the end of a market, when the farmers or even the bakers have things that are left over, they usually swap out with one another. They usually trade. We usually don't even buy produce during the summer because we swap out so much with the farmers. So With that being said, you'll then tear down. We'll meet you back at a designated location, and we will get our property back and then pay you for your labor. And that is basically what I would tell an employee setting us up for a farmer's market. I would tell them what they need, what you do when you arrive, and then thirdly, what to do before you take down, and then where we usually meet at the designated area. So thank you.